Hi again then guys, and so we've got kind of a strange update or a bit of news to tell you about, and this is one which I don't have all the info on currently, so it may be something that comes up again on the channel, but it's very curious, certainly very interesting as far as the timeline of GT Sport goes, and I want to first of all thank Jag Lamar on Twitter for highlighting this to me. It comes from the PlayStation Japan Twitter page, so this is not like vaporware stuff. You can rely on this most likely being true and that it's going to happen, but apparently there is a GT Sport Spec II, as it's being called, released only in Japan on the 4th of October. And there are a couple of strange things about that. For one thing, it clearly is not GT Sport 2, because for one thing, it's not worldwide, and also the timeline of GT Sport is continuing well on into the future, as we discussed in the Porsche announcement videos, but also other curious things are that it would seem, at least from the translation of the page, that the game only features 10 cars anyway. And you can see them. They are basically the top 10 Group 3 cars that get used in Nations Cup events. The game has a price of 3,190 yen plus taxes, which in other words is about £24 here in the UK, which of course is not a full price game. And the strangest thing of all is that it seems, once again from the translation, that if you pre-order the game, you get 250 million credits in the game. Now, maybe that's a typo, maybe the currency is different in the Japanese version, because that has happened before. Gran Turismo 4 had vastly different currencies in the game, but 250 million credits is A, more than you can have in GT Sport to begin with, but also none of the cars even cost close to that. And when there's only 10 cars in the game, what's the point? So ultimately, kind of a strange situation. Not necessarily quite as worldwide and expansive as a GT Sport Spec II would be considered to be if you first heard that news, but certainly it is an interesting development which of course I wanted to keep you guys in the loop about. So if I do get more info about this, or if more info drops, of course I will cover it again, but for now we'll have to wait and see what new stuff, if anything, this actually brings to GT Sport's timeline. It actually kind of reminds me of GT HD, that download from back in the day with cars and bikes, except obviously that one was free. So yeah, it's kind of strange. So as I said, stick around on the channel if you want to hear about new developments, if there are any regarding this, but also of course confirmations, leaks, silhouettes, news, all that kind of stuff in general as well. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.